All right, guys, and welcome back to a new forecast. We're here, we're back, we're ready. Um, Bit of a slow ending towards the end of the week. Bit of a slow week anyway. Quite correctional week. Um, as we can see, actually starting after Wednesday last week, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we got a little push to the downside. Thursday followed by a slowdown. Friday another push to the upside, but even that one was not that convincing when we watch it on the lower time frames. So yeah, so far missing that bearish intent, missing that strong bearish push we want to see because of this range. So it's gonna be interesting next week. Sorry for my nose, by the way. I know the sound is better now, but I also know that my um allergy noises are going to be sounding worse. So yeah. Also, let's take a look at next week's news. We're gonna do that soon. Um, but let's start with a breakdown and like usual, what are we seeing and based on what we see, what do we expect? So starting with a high over here, formed a new low. If we look at the side, we just started to trace structure from this kind of standpoint. Didn't really break anything here, but we have a high, we have a low, a lower high, and then a lower low. We know that, of course, there are even more major structures. If you look at that, we have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a deep premium, and a potential another bull run coming up in the long term, indicating dollar weakness. Well, I've been saying now for quite a long time that we want to see that the dollar go up eventually. But on the short term, we expecting one more move to the downside on the XY. So dollar strength. One more move to the upside on DXY, which means one more move to the downside on EU, GU, all European or Euro dollar pair or all dollar pairs. And yeah, after that, um, I'm anticipating on higher pricing, but that's really long term. If you look at this was in the 2000s until the first crisis we or the first crisis I lived, so to say, crash down, start to regain some power, but not really. Overall, we can see that we just followed bearish momentum, and we had a second crisis, world crisis here, and boom, dollar suddenly became a strong currency. And actually, this our 20, what was it? 2022 was the first time since the 2000 and let's see, 2022 or 2002 that we went below the one below €1 per dollar, and that the dollar was actually stronger than the euro. So that's super interesting. Let me put this a little bit further away. But as we know, let's get back to where we are. We have a high, we have a low, a lower high, and then a lower low. And if we zoom in, we know that we tapped into this key level. If we zoom in even further, we know that we just missed this supply zone. We did fill this gap up here. Got into that. Then price literally turn around. So we've got a strong weekly candle, followed by a strong bullish weekly candle, followed by not really a strong candle or a large candle, but quite a strong candle. And you can see as soon as we tapped into that area, we had a slowdown, doji candle, followed by a bearish candle, and then that momentum stepped in, a little slowdown, and from there we slowly trickled further down, and we broke bearish on this light or dark blue range, dark blue structure. So we have a bearish dark blue structure. We tapped into that deep premium of that bearish dark blue structure, and we're now looking at lower pricing because we want to see that bearish structure to continue further down. So we have a high, a low, a lower high, and a potential lower low. I've been tracing this structure since 2022, so it all looks quite good. Then more major to that blue one, we have a yellow one. The yellow one being above all highs, it's a bullish structure, but discount has never been reached on this structure, level. So for that range, for that level of structure, we want to reach lower as well. Why do we want to reach lower? We want to tap into that discounted pricing, and from there, we can expect a move higher. Then more minor to the dark blue structure. So we have a yellow structure that wants to reach lower. We have a dark blue structure that wants to reach lower. Then we have a light blue structure that wants to reach lower as well. Why? You have bullish structure here, bearish break, return to premium pricing, bearish break again, internal range liquidity taken, tapped into the premium pricing, tapped into that 1 hour supply zone. We zoom in. We tapped into that 1 hour supply zone here. And now we want to see lower pricing as well. Now, one thing that is a bit against us is the momentum. This lag doesn't have much internal range liquidity. It does have a lot of liquidity to the upside though, meaning that although it doesn't say a lot, we could there are so many alerts. This can go. This can go as well. 1 second. Although we are inside that premium and we should expect lower pricing, it doesn't mean we get that, and we might actually get a little bullish break, fake out, take that liquidity, overall still remain bearish on the dark blue structure, take out these highs here, and from there get a move to the downside. That could be a possible scenario. Doesn't mean it will happen, but there is this nice clean trend line to the upside we can't ignore. Although we do have a strong supply zone here. Again, EU is bullish on the dark green level. However, we tapped into that discounted pricing there, meaning that based on that green level, we want to now move up here, and we are building up quite some liquidity there, right there. So a move upwards makes sense to me, and from there we can get a move down. Ideally, we want to follow this purple structure here that's minor again to the dark green one and push down right away, break bearish on the dark green structure. For that, we do need some momentum. But to then, again, look at this. If we now push down from here, let's say we get a nice impulse, and we still have a lot of liquidity there. So then we break here, then we should see some correction. But if this range doesn't have a lot of internal range liquidity, this move to the downside here. Oops. Then there's still a high chance that we take out these highs and then get a move further down. So for that to play out, it's either way, it's a bit tricky if you ask me. What was nice is that we, as anticipated, took out these news lows here last week. And by doing so, we create a bearish structure. Look how we took that internal range liquidity and trick up further down. But again, these moves to the downside are quite correctional. We're still missing that push, that something that's telling us like, all right, now we are going bearish. When we go back in time, let's zoom out again. Like this was quite confident. Okay, we're bearish. Look at that. That's strong. And then this was nice as well, super correctional. And if you look at price behavior, it's still in our favor. We just need to wait, or in our favor. It doesn't matter where we go, of course, but I'm bearish biased, so it's not good to have a bias, but following the structures, I should be bearish biased. So we still have that liquidity there, and it's all quite slow. Here we started to pick up momentum, so but with this liquidity there, I've still and this momentum push that's been taken out, I still feel like okay, we should be able to move from this area we're in right now. And that's what I'm forecasting because I have to follow my major ranges. And for my forecast on EU, I would like to give two possible scenarios for this thing to play out. The first one is a straight move from here that way. Let me give this one a arrow. And that's my first possible scenario to play out. My second one, and this really depends on Monday. So let's check if there's any news on Monday. So today's Saturday, Sunday, oops, Monday. Again, bank holiday. So Monday will probably be a slow day. But hey, it doesn't matter. GBP as well. Tuesday, yellow news, and then probably Thursday, Friday. No, so there's not a lot of news next week, so we might just follow the ranges. But my second scenario is that we either get in a little bit further down, like this, and then build up a little bit more liquidity, take out these highs, and then get the move to the downside. And that will be my second scenario on EU, which I think has high probability. Of course, these are the only two scenarios. Well, there's another scenario that we immediately take out these highs. There's another scenario that we immediately push further down. There's another scenario that we take out these highs and go further up. But as you can see, the ending of my two scenarios is always to the downside. So I'm anticipating still on lower pricing and taking out these lows and liquidity to the downside. And what we can do is maybe zoom out. And if we take a look, which is actually not that good. When was the last time we didn't take the liquidity when we were building it up? So it should look something like this. You've got a little bit something like that over here that's been taken out. Then we have it on a larger scale over here that hasn't been taken out yet. Look at here, look at this here. Building up liquidity, got a strong push, wicks to the upside. Only thing that's missing for now over here, if we look at the daily, is that wick behavior. Although this one has that nice wick to it. Is there anything somewhere else where we had this? So here we were building up some liquidity. Over here, this is quite nice. Building up that liquidity. Strong closure actually, above this high, but then that bearish candle was quite strong as well. Here we're building up liquidity. This was nice. It looks quite similar. Had those equals, a strong push to the upside, just took it out. Everyone was like, okay, now either we bullish or we going to smash bearish. One spike and immediately turn around and we push further down. So yeah, as you can see, doesn't say a lot, but you can use this to like use past price action and to get a little bit better idea of how potential lookalike scenarios played out in the past, so what you can expect for potential future scenarios. And if you zoom out here again, that liquidity building up, and then took a while but been taken out as well. Bearish hand, can we see it somewhere? Not really. Of course, we weren't bearish, so You should look something over here. Not instantly, but yeah. Just trying to build a case and give myself like a little bit of confidence that we are actually going to move further down. And if we don't move down, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter at all. But ideally, I want to see this price moving further down because let's take a look at the XY. We want to still reach up here. And what I'm actually gonna do, we tap into that, right? I like this analysis. Like it's messy, but I know what's going on, so that's why I want to keep it. What I'm gonna do is, can I make this a little bit thicker? There we go. And maybe different color. Yeah, even thicker. Because I'm still aiming for that. And if you look at DXY, so DXY is actually building a better case for longs. Although we have those equals here. If you look at EU, shorts are not really on the cards yet, not really on the play, but DXY, although EU already took that liquidity, DXY didn't. So for DXY, a further move down in terms of liquidity would be nice, and then a move up. And that would line up with EU, a move up, and then a move down. So yeah. But yeah, these are my two scenarios. I'm aiming to follow. This is what I'm trying to. This is what I think that will happen. Which is nice. With this scenario is that we have that liquidity there. So sorry, let me remove all the noise. By the way, we've got those equals down here. So if we push down from there, build up a little bit more liquidity, and then get that move. On the other hand, maybe we don't want to see this retracement because we want to see that momentum step in. But it would be great if we let's say we push something like this, build up a little bit more liquidity here. Because once we break down here and price trickles back up, we have a point where we can take internal range liquidity. And if there's no internal range liquidity, it will definitely take these highs. And that will mean that if you zoom out, then you get something like a high, a low. Oops. Okay, better take a path. A high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, then a bullish break, and then that bearish break. And we don't want that. Ideally we don't want that because that would be confusing. That would be a lot of missing and a lot of losing trades. So let's get this back. So this is what I'm looking at for EU. We covered the liquidity, we covered the structures, we covered my thought process behind it. We covered the POIs, we covered the ranges, structures. Is there anything else? Fake range is covered as well. So far, let's zoom in a little bit more now. I think there weren't any trades. I'm gonna look at this actually right away. I think there wasn't anything I could make a case study of. Oh, this is actually looking good. Okay, I can make a case study of this. I will make a case study on this short probably because if you look at this, we have a low, got up here, low, low, high, low. So not really any inducements here. Let's check to the left here. So it was missing some inducement, but if you go to the 1 minute and you track this, like you have a low, high, high, low, high, high, bearish break, bullish break, bearish break. So there is some form of inducement here, especially this one, taking out these lows. So yeah, I'll make a case study in this trade. I missed it. It's looking good, actually. It's looking real good. So that's a nice one. I'll make a case study on this. Where's my phone? All One second, guys. Case study Monday EU short. All right. So yeah, that's EU. Very detailed. Very took my time with it. Very slow. But it doesn't matter for me. Um, for you it's a bit slow maybe, but I don't care. I started these videos for myself, and only recently people started to benefit from it. So that's why I was like, okay, let's do it also for the benefit for other people. And yeah. Um, then let's add to that now. Let's complete our chart analysis. Let's clean up our charts analysis first. This can go. That can go. We could keep that for the idea behind it. That can go. We have a high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. And then a lower low. Whoa. Oh, wrong button. Wrong key. And I still like this idea here with those equals. Oops. So you've got equals there. Yeah, reach back into that. There's some liquidity here. If we get above this liquidity, there is still this area here from which we get a potential trade, potential reaction, something like that. And yeah, is this still working with the sound? Everything? No. What? Is it not working? Hold up. Oh, it is. I thought it was not working. I got scared for a second. Is it not working? Oh, it is working. I hope it's been working the whole time. Otherwise, I'm fucked. Um, so yeah. Sorry. Back to the charts. GU. No, I wasn't ready with EU. ADHD. Come on. Let's zoom out and complete this chart analysis. So then we have previous weekly highs up here. You've got previous weekly lows down there. And this is actually a nice, well, it's not nice that we didn't take this high, but we don't need to take every high to move further down. If you look at this, we didn't take this high again to then move down. This was the wick. This was the intention. This was the move. This is the wick. This will be hopefully the intention, and then we get the move. So yeah, let's make it clean. This is located in a shit place. It's not even a strong high. Just took that high there. That's good though. That makes it a phallic case strong high. Then followed by the candle, but didn't break any lows here. So bit of an insight candle. Not really, but little bit. Mm. Yeah, so for next week, I'm aiming for previous weekly lows. That's all I can say. Then GU. Let's take a look at GU. Where are we? What can we expect? Zoom out. Let's completely zoom out. Damn, this was sick. We broke the lowest point. We've been at the lowest. GU never has been this, or the pound has never been this strong. Uh, sorry, this week. Dollar's never been this strong. For one pound, you could get $264. That's strong. We broke there, and we're still following this most that's Dutch most recent structure. And same story here, right? We have a high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low. Tap into that premium pricing, and then if we zoom in, same structure colors. It starts to lag a little bit. You have that bullish break there, never reached back down. And against the structure, we have this dark blue one that reached discounted pricing, wants to reach higher, but so far no success. It's actually super slow. So I don't feel like we should move higher on this dark blue range. I actually feel like just like EU, we can see that liquidity building up there and that we will move down to take those lows. Going to go a bit faster now because it's quite not similar, but it's same story wise, same how do you say it? It works the same way, right? Right? Every candles work the same way. So what we can see here, and this is what I like about it, and the thing I don't like is this last candle, but as soon as we get up here, price starts to slow down. It doesn't want to move higher. It doesn't want to. Then we had that nice bearish candle here, but wasn't strong enough. So we had one push to the upside. I think it was on the back of news. Not sure. And now we're here, but we still haven't reached above. We just took that previous weekly highs, previous weekly high, previous daily high, sorry. And we actually closed below that. So first thing we can do is mark out previous weekly highs, take out that, oops, take out that. Now we have Monday. That's, this is the low. That's good. Friday is the low. And we took that out. Okay. So story here is that we have this dark green structure. I don't know why I'm using different colors on this one, but doesn't matter. Broke bearish. This is nice. This could be different. We just mark this out as our liquidity there. Took out that liquidity, got the push. Then we move further down. Internal range liquidity taken. Bearish break, bullish break, slow down. So for GU, I'm expecting a push now to the downside. What we can see is that we're building up liquidity here. Equals as also equals. So this is nice as well. Look, it's in a different place than EU, but it does have that same formation of equals there. If you look at EU, got that same formation of equals over here and over here. So that's looking pretty good. We took that internal range liquidity there. And then we took these highs. And did we break up there? Yeah, we just broke that high as well. Over there. Yeah, we just took that. Oh, sorry. This one there. Just took that high. Didn't respect that area. Had that break. And now, so what you could do is say, okay, we have this area we tap into. Then you can zoom into that area and see if there's anything of interest there. Not really. It's literally just the highs and then move further down. Maybe on the 5 minute. Yeah. So nice fair value gap on the 5 minute. We slightly tapped into it, but not really. So we just got a bit up there, filled it up a little bit, and then moved down. That caused that move. This was a break I was waiting for. Didn't get that. You don't always get what you want. And these areas are not really areas I'm expecting a strong move from, but since it's below this liquidity that's building up here, and they're quite clean in my opinion. I feel like if we get down here, we might get a potential reaction from these areas. Maybe get a little log and then move further down to break below here. um, so for GU, what I'm looking at for this week, it's very straightforward. This can go as well. We either, and let's point it out correctly. We either get the move from here. I should actually be on the 4 hour. So get a move like this. Take out those equals, by the way. Potential retracement, and then that push down. Or we have a little retracement, or just instantly then take out these highs and then get the push down. And still bearish bias with all my pairs, actually only trading EU and GU, but still too bearish biased. So maybe I'm too biased, but I want this structure to hold. Because if this analysis on DXY plays out, it's so easy to know what's gonna happen next. And yeah, so that's why I'm really hoping that this will play out. But maybe I'm too biased. Maybe I should just focus on whatever price is giving me. I do that. So on the other hand, I still do that. And we can't ignore that we are inside premium areas, so we should look for shorts anyway. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Maybe we take the previous weekly highs, or we just this has been enough and looking at this candle, and then we get the push. But these wicks don't really indicate any strong bearishness as of yet. If anything, it shows that we wick below, and now we can take the highs. So I'm preferring the red scenario to play out, or I'm anticipating that the red scenario will play out. Well, we never can be 100% sure. So that blue one also looks quite good. Then we have this bullish light blue structure still going on. But if price is going to give us that intent, that show us that, okay, we're going to move bearish now, then I don't know if this light blue structure will hold. Ideally, I want to see price push below it, and we still have that liquidity build up here. And if we zoom out again, we have liquidity here as well. And these kind of sort of equals there. So I'm quite interested in that area. Yeah, that's my forecast really. Um, don't really have anything else to cover. DXY tap into that discounted area, still has those lows there. So if we don't get that, we need that momentum now. Look at this. Look at the liquidity it's building up here. And equals there. Is it? Maybe I'm wrong. No. So we need to see some bullish momentum for us to continue bearish. Otherwise, the move I'm seeing on the XY to play out is take these lows and then move to the highs. I don't feel like we will break bearish on that light blue structure. It's too good. And this area is looking too juicy now. So yeah, this is the forecast for next week. A bit of extra story around it, my ideas, bit of charting, um, especially on EU. My analysis was quite lean. Quite clean. I've got to say, G was a bit more rushed. Now evaluating on it, but it's straightforward. Like we've been covering this for a couple weeks now. We're still following these higher ranges. Not really, not really trading too low. I'm actually trading quite high time frame ranges. So I don't trade any 5-minute structures. And quite hard lately to trade these 50-minute structures or 5-minute structures. If you look at this break, never reached back there. So all that kind of stuff. This one was nice, but no entry, all these things. So yeah, I wish you guys good luck. Hope this helped, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out.